Hi, welcome to the Sports Monster. I'm Adam Ford, and I am the Sports Monster. And I am going to continue my series with the top 5 greatest position and a lot of the positions in the NFL. We did the top 5 greatest quarterbacks last week, and so this week we're doing the top 5 greatest running backs that are still in the NFL. That obviously we have our criteria of what makes people great, and most of the time that includes a Super Bowl and also their accolades and what they accomplished in their time in the league. And so we saw that with quarterbacks, and now we are moving over to running backs. And so I hope that you'll stay with this series, and I hope that you'll hit the subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, now let's take a look at our number 5. Let me grab my list here. Number 5 is Todd Gurley the second. Todd Gurley the second, who went to school at the University of Georgia. So he's a Georgia Bulldog. Just for those people that want to know where he went to college. 3-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year awards. He has both those. Obviously, they weren't the same year. And he's 2-time rushing touchdown leader and almost 5,000 yards rushing for a career. And he's only 25 years old. So he has a lot of time that he can really get out there and make a difference. So that's why he comes in at 25, because of the things that he's accomplished in his career already and what I think he's going to accomplish. And so Todd Gurley comes in at number 5. Some people might think that he's not great, but I think he is great because of what I mentioned, all these accolades that I mentioned. That's what makes Todd Gurley great. All right, let's take a look at Todd Gurley.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's bring it.
Let's get it.
Now the first carry here for Todd Gurley. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
I'm going to get free.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early, because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Running for that end zone. Todd Gurley's going to get a touchdown.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
I shouldn't, but I got the first down. So but we'll eventually get him out there. We'll eventually get him in there. He's going to get that touchdown. You just wait and see.
Now a draw as Goff gives to Gurley.
Okay.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
A little too soon.
And the offensive starters here for Los Angeles.
Todd Gurley is the all-around, do-everything running back for the Los Angeles Rams, and in the last 2 seasons has led the NFL in touchdowns and was in the top 4 in yards from scrimmage. The 2017 NFL Offensive Player of the Year.
Let's get him out there.
Goff going to hand it to Gurley. Oh, and
Get him free. We almost got it, guys. We almost got it. We almost got that touchdown. I stiffed arms to people. It didn't work as good as I wanted to.
And that's what you get with him. That full
watch
package
it.
of speed,
Stiff arm.
power,
Couldn't get it.
able to catch
stiffed
the ball
arm
in
the
the
other guy,
backfield.
but couldn't
Many
get
people
it.
doubted him
Watch
coming
it.
out because
Stiff
of the
arm.
knee injury in college.
Boom.
They're seeing the
Spin.
full Todd Gurley now,
It was fantastic.
and it hurts.
That was a fantastic play. But we definitely need to get him in the end zone now. Definitely need to get him in the end zone. So let's get him in the end zone.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on first and 10.
They took him out. Oh, I ran the play down.
Game offense.
Okay. Yeah, that was me. That was my bad.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
They'll run it here to Brown. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, they're dominating the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now.
Let's do. There we go. Let's do it. We can do it. We can do it, guys. We can do it. Let's have faith in me. Have faith in you guys.
Goff turns and gives to Gurley. He didn't get
almost
the touchdown,
got that.
but he did
Oh
get
my
the
word!
first down.
Got the first down, guys. So we got the first down. It's all right. It's all right, guys.
They ran it on third and medium. Proved to be the right call. First and 10. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on first and goal.
If I look at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I go right at them with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop them on third down.
They'll give it here to Brown. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense. Countered it with extra linebackers and got a little bit of speed and heft.
Boom, son. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. There he goes. Number 30 got that touchdown. All right, that was a look at number 5 on our list, Todd Gurley. All right, that brings us to number 4 on our list. And number 4 is Ezekiel Elliott. And for you that want to know, he's from Ohio State, which he won a college football championship there when he was there. So for you Ohio State fans, you would remember that for sure. But let's see what he's accomplished. At being 24 years old, only 3 years in the league. I mean, this is his 4th year, I guess. But three accomplished years. 2-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, 2-time rushing yards leader. Rushing yards leader. Led it twice. Almost 4,500 career, which is really good for only doing 3 years. And so this would be the 4th year for him. But like I said, there's something special about Ezekiel Elliott. Whether you like him or hate him, it doesn't matter. He's good. And he's not as good, he's great. He's already one of the greats in the league today. And we know his name, we remember his name. So anyways, let's take a look at number 4, Ezekiel Elliott.
His 56 sacks taken were one fewer than his previous 2 years combined. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his second rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game.
I'm getting loose. I got out. I got out. There I go. Boom, son. Woo!
Ezekiel Elliott, 65 yards.
There he goes.
And
that's how good he is. He's even great to play with. You're going to run. You guys didn't get the wake-up call and that was on a half-back
Two plays already in the end zone.
So awesome.
I think of it in boxing terms.
Anyways,
because
that was number 4,
it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little.
All right, now we are up to number 3 on the list. And number 3 is LeSean McCoy, who's out of the University of Pittsburgh, who's 31. And you might say, well, why is LeSean McCoy great? What makes him great? Well, he's a 6-time Pro Bowler, 2-time All-Pro, He's a rushing yard leader, a rushing touchdown leader. He's the Eagles' all-time franchise rushing leader. And he has over 10,000 yards for career. And he ranks number 23 all time. So everybody else on that list, there's only 3 people. All those people that are on that list and that above him, I'll say there are only 3. Let me rephrase that. There's only in the top above him, like from 23 up to 1. There's two more active players who are both on this list, and so out of a lot of the active players, he is ranked the highest. The next one would be 76th, and that would be Mark Ingram. So top 25 is pretty important. Number 23 all time rushing, and he's still got time to do more. He's still got time to work hard and get more done and more accomplished to make him even greater. But anyways, let's take a look at LeSean McCoy.
53, Mike. I'm scared.
LeSean McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And they'll get him just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
I was going to try.
That's a very nice game there. Confidence building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. And they'll keep it on the ground with McCoy.
Oh,
and a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
I thought I did for sure. All right, let's get it.
On second down, it's McCoy. Work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Now it's going to be
line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield, to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year, he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled, and then he was excellent in the play.
All right. Oh, sorry.
Against the Colts and Patriots, strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now McCoy. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
You know what?
And now the Chiefs offensive starters.
In 2018, the Chiefs were looking for help in their offensive line, and they received it from guard Andrew Wiley, a formerly undrafted free agent. He settled in as a mainstay at guard and mauled people on the offensive line. They expect big things out of him in 2019 and beyond.
Good draw play.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down.
Not just be it for LeSean McCoy, I guess.
Off the draw, here's Williams. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first.
So that was LeSean McCoy, number 3. All right, that brings us to number 2 on our list of the greatest running backs in the NFL today. And coming in at number 2 is Frank Gore. And some people are like, oh, Frank Gore. Some people don't really know Frank Gore like that. But Frank Gore is definitely deserving of that number 2 spot. And if he would have had a little bit more accomplishments, I probably would have gave him the number 1 spot. But I felt like the other one had a little bit more accomplishments. That's why I chose him over Frank Gore. But Frank Gore, rightly so, could have an argument for even number 1. But I chose him as number 2. He is a 5-time Pro Bowler. He is from the U. If you don't know what the U is, that's Miami University. He also won a championship there. He is only there's only 4 players. There's only 4 NFL players, running backs, that have over 15,000 yards rushing. And Frank Gore is the 4th. And so that's something to be said for him. He is also most consecutive seasons with at least 5 rushing touchdowns. He's 49ers all-time leading rusher and rushing touchdowns as well. Leads a lot of 49er records for the franchise. He also is 4th all-time on the rushing yards list. 4th all-time. That's a big accomplishment for a guy who a lot of people underestimate and don't really think about like that. Frank Gore is such a great running back, and definitely, arguably, a Hall of Famer. And he is 36. He's still playing, and he's only got maybe a couple years left in him. But I hope he gets up there higher. I hope he gets some really good accomplishments, have some really good years, and show people that he's still got it. And I do want to see that from Frank Gore, because I've enjoyed watching him these years. So let's take a look at Frank Gore.
Allen in that game, 243 yards, did throw a pick, but also a touchdown, and he has led them to a 3-0 start. I don't know that many people saw that coming.
I agree with you totally, but people believe in Josh Allen, and you remember when he got drafted, there was so much talk about his accuracy throwing the football. Almost no talk about his ability to run the football.
Get it out.
Without just the accuracy. Good.
Almost got him.
And the ability to run the football.
Almost got him.
Great. Last year, always a threat to go over 100 yards. And now he's using his legs to create extra opportunities to throw the ball downfield. Look out. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills.
Let's see him get him out. Let's see him get him loose. I want to see him get run a nice long.
Gore again here on first down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Tell you what, you need the tough yards. You can still turn to the 36-year-old Frank Gore now in his 15th season in the league. 10 in San Francisco, the 3 in Indy, quick stop in Miami, and now in Buffalo, and still making it happen. On first down, it's Gore. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
It's not.
And now they'll throw with Allen. And that's complete to Brown. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line.
John Brown,
just shy
also
of the 20.
another person.
Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Definitely underestimated.
Brown signed with the Bills in March. Last year he was in Baltimore, 4 seasons in Arizona prior to that. But they're hoping that Brown can add a lot of speed to this offense, which he should. Last year in Baltimore, 715 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Let's do it. See me get him loose, man. I just want to get him up there. Get a touchdown for him. Get a touchdown for him.
They'll run on first down.
Get it?
Gore a first down.
Dude.
And he gets it all the way down to the 3.
Oh, my word.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw at practice drive to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
A loss of 2 there, second down.
Now that was a terrific play. We're down here near the goal line, and only one word comes to mind for me, and that's overwhelmed. Because they absolutely overwhelmed the offensive line. He came free and made the hit in the backfield.
This is the third-round pick out of FAU, Devin Singletary. And he takes it in across the
I definitely did not want you to see that, but I used Frank Gore too much. But anyways, that was Frank Gore and Devin Singletary, who's obviously going to have a good career. Of course, he got injured this year. But hopefully Frank Gore has a really good season this year. And we'll make some touchdowns. But anyways, that was Frank Gore, number 2. All right, that leads us to the number 1 running back, greatest running back in the league today, that has established himself as great and also has established himself as a future Hall of Famer. And that is none other than Adrian Peterson out of the University of Oklahoma. And so let me just tell you why Adrian Peterson is the greatest running back in the league today. Why no one is close to him, and then there's no one. And why, and I'm going to tell you why I put him above Frank Gore as well. Well, his stats will sit for himself why he's above Frank Gore. Even though he is 8th all-time rushing, and Gore was 4th, his other accomplishments put him above Frank Gore. So just remember that. He's number 8 all-time rushing. And I told you that there was 2 above. There was 4 and 8 and then 23. Those are the guys in the league today. They're tops. But anyways, he is a 7-time Pro Bowler, 7-time All-Pro. He's an MVP winner, Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, 3-time rushing yard leader, 2-time rushing touchdown leader. He's over 13,000 yards in his career. He is obviously the Vikings rushing touchdown and yards and carries holder for that franchise. So he's the greatest running back to ever play for the Vikings ever. That there's no one else that was ever better than him. And he'll be the legendary, and his number will be retired by the Minnesota Vikings someday. It will hang from the rafters because he is the greatest running back they ever had. And I think he's trying to still build his legacy. And I want to see him. He's only 34 compared to 36 Frank Gore. I think that Adrian Peterson still has something to prove. He has an opportunity this year. I hope he steps up. And I hope he shows everybody that he's still the greatest running back in the league today. I hope he does. But let's take a look at him, and let's make sure we can maybe hopefully do something great with him in this game. All right.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Here it comes.
All right, let's do it. Let's get him loose.
Now a man in his 13th NFL season. It's Adrian Peterson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give the Redskins 13 there and a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side, the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Peterson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And down to the 27-yard line. It's a game.
Oh, that's stiff arm. Oh, man.
That run is what defenses don't like about dealing with Adrian Peterson. His ability to drop a shoulder and run through contact.
And he's amazing at keeping those strong legs going, isn't he?
For him, no run is ever truly over. I mean, he's actually not even convinced that when they blow the whistle, he's actually down. That's how he finishes runs in a big way.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
But unfortunately, do so many running yards.
Now Peterson running right.
With him.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
So,
the success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field in the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. And a quick look at Washington's offense.
And we have to start with Adrian Peterson. The 7-time Pro Bowl running back is back for his 2nd season with Washington. And he was surprisingly good in 2018. At one point, had the team leading the NFC East. And right now he sits at number 8 all-time in rushing. And in his sights, number 7, Jerome Bettis. Number 6, LaDainian Tomlinson. And with a big year, maybe even number 5, Curtis Martin. That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team can have any more confidence in handing him the football.
You can get it. You can get it.
Run it. Here's Peterson.
Boom, son. There we go. That's how it's done.
Touchdown.
There he goes.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
That's
and
all
they're
right.
able to strike first here
A lot of
on
work,
their opening
but
drive.
I got it. I got
That's
it
just
to
a
him.
solid, methodical drive to start this game.
And how about how it culminated?
For that was Adrian Peterson. And so, anyways, that's been the top 5 greatest running backs in the leagues today. None of them have Super Bowl wins, but it's their accomplishments that make them great in this case. In most cases, I would like to see Super Bowls with them. And so maybe one of them will eventually get that Super Bowl ring, and I hope they do. And I definitely think that these are some great running backs. I've loved watching them, and I've enjoyed their careers. But anyways, I'm the Sports Monster, and I hope that you will go ahead and subscribe, and look forward to the next video. And that is it. I'm out.